All right, baby, everybody, welcome back. Culture Connect podcast, surviving the headlines, week number 13. We have a guest in the house tonight, Qrsstylezz, which is my daughter. So I'm gonna introduce her. She's a hairstylist. She's a business person. She's an entrepreneur. She just was publicized in a magazine for being one of the top 10 inspired entrepreneurs doing their own business line. So this is the Real Mococo 45. I'm introducing Qrsstylezz. Introduce yourself, young lady.
Hello, it's Tips, aka Tasia, and Qrsstylezz is Quintasia Ramona Smith Styles. So that's where I got that from. My initials, which are the alphabet QRS. So that's how I came about with Qrsstylezz.
I got my host with me in the house.
Your boy Ace, week 13, my bad. We rolling.
Dora in the building.
You already know your boy Kid Wiz here.
Y'all is clowns. All right, we rolling. All right, Miss Smith, QRS. Let's tell us a little bit about your business and what you do.
Well, I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and I also have my bachelor's in business. I mainly just do hair. I make wigs. I sell wigs. I sell edge control online. I sell do-rags online. We also have headbands, but I only have 2 left, and I'm thinking about stopping doing the headbands. So right now it's just edge control. The do-rags, I have bonnets online as well for the ladies, and the do-rags are unisex, so women can wear the do-rags as well. I always wear my do-rag. I sell it to women, and I sell hair online bundles. I sell the wigs that I make online, which I have U-per wigs, frontal wigs, closer wigs, headband wigs, whatever wig you need. I got cap wigs with a Nike cap with the hair already installed, so you girls just throw the cap on.
I need me one of those.
All right, give him a little tour.
All right, show us the product. You all ready?
Y'all ready now? 1 second.
She just got her bachelor's. She had her associates, so she's a double degree major. She has an associate's and her bachelor's.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Wait, this shot.
Lord, the dogs want to start acting up. They're acting like yours, Dora. Everybody acting out now.
Not too much for me and my phone.
Yeah, we out here.
Where the cat and the dog at? Now I got a cat now, Dora. Don't even play. I got a cat too now.
Yo, the cat is running across your shit.
They where?
They at home.
Oh, you not at home right now? Oh, okay.
She had her boo thing house.
This right here is the intro with my little mat with my name on it.
Okay, we can't see you. I can't see you. Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold
Where'd she go?
The carpet.
I can't see you.
See that? I can see that.
Yeah, I see
Y'all can see the carpet?
Yeah.
I see.
I don't see nothing. Oh, let me go over.
That's what
Okay, go ahead.
That's when you first walk in. And this is the backdrop.
Nice.
With my logo on it.
Word. You made that design? That was your idea?
Yes, sir. I made the design by myself. I kind of did a typo, but knowing in business, we can have AKAs. So this is Qrsstylezz instead of the Qrsstylezz styles.
Okay, so
this is my aprons. Yeah, my mirror.
That's nice.
I have the drawers and everything. I have a key for my drawer up here. I keep a lot of stuff. I have my business cards up here.
Word. Zoom in on
this
that.
This is a station. Okay. The business cards with the website on the back where you can make an appointment. You can, book me on there. You can also buy products on there at the same time as you're doing that. I also have some pictures of my work off Instagram. This right here is a face shield. A lot of girls don't like to show their face, so I let them cover their face with the face shield when I take a picture after I'm done doing their hair.
Put around and shit.
That's cool.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people, they come with no makeup and they just want to get their hair done. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting something and you get some out of it. Go ahead and cut the face and let me get this photo, girl. So this is a clock.
Yeah, that's smart.
So y'all in Cali, right?
Yeah, we're in Cali. She travels.
You know, California. I travel as well. I'm mobile. I go all the way in the IE area. I also sometimes go to Vegas. I just recently went to Vegas for vacation. I did hair out there. Here are my double degrees. The associate at the top, the bachelor's at the bottom.
Big boys.
That's my license right there, cosmetology. So I have those set up, and then we get into the products. These are the do-rags and the headbands, the edge control, some more headbands and do-rags. These are literally the only ones I have left, all of this.
How much do you usually charge for them? My bad.
I charge for the edge control. They come in 2 ounces and 4 ounces. The 2 ounces are $10. The 4 ounces are $15. The headbands are going for $10, and the do-rags, I think they're $10 or $8. I'm not mistaken. I had tried to put them on a little sale.
Oh, that's dope.
So I'm trying to give a little sale for everybody and just get them up out of here because the headbands at first were $15 because they have like silk made inside, so it doesn't mess up the ladies' hair. It lays their hair down while the headband is on top.
Word, let me see that do-rag. That shit look like a metallic type.
Yeah, they are. I got one of them. They are so nice and comfortable too.
Ooh, yeah, and they breathe through. You know, you can like people say, "Oh, like yeah, you can breathe."
Yeah, I need one of those, man. Cause
my hair. There's like customers out here too. A lot of customers from North, because they're gonna need that edge control.
I gotta get the bonnets on hand, and then I'll have the bonnets. The bonnets are online, but I also, order stuff so I can have on hand as well if you want to pick up or anything like that.
Okay, show the wigs. Those are the headbands.
Ladies.
Those are the headbands, and those are the caps.
This is the hat one.
Oh, that's dope.
These are headband wigs. The headbands are made on the wigs already.
I said the hat one scared me a little bit.
Nah, you throw that hat on, baby. You be like going to the store. You take that hat and throw that hat on real quick. I throw them hats on real fast so a nigga like, hey.
Everybody different now. Like,
Word, everybody got one of them shits on.
Yeah, you don't even know that.
Nah, that's dope, though.
That shit dope too.
Yes, I have the wigs. I got this picture that my mom actually ran across it, and I'm like, I gotta have it.
Okay, that's fire.
That's pretty.
And this is, when people want to look at themselves, I got the music going, TV, whatever you need. You want to watch TV. I got the ashtray. Some clients smoke, so I'm getting the ashtray, let them do their thing.
We have a little couple of drinks. We have water and stuff like that. So, yeah.
You can choose. Also, the hand one that I show where people can, do their own, look at themselves at the chair. It goes back for your comfortability. Up.
That's dope.
It lays back.
So that's a little shop right there. And that's what we do, our little business in there. And I help her set up, like make sure that we get, I come in sometimes and try to see the clients need something, but I try to stay out of it. Naya is the business person. She cleans up sweeps and all that. And she does them any length. She colors them. She has different styles. She has a different length.
I got body wave. These are body waves. This is like 24 right here. I got the deep wave for the ladies that like to get wet and go to Puerto Rico. We got the straight hair that curl because straight hair can be curled. You can do whatever with the straight hair.
That's
like I said, I got the U parts, and these U parts right here, these two. Mm-hmm. This is where they could cut this out and they could lay their hair on top.
Oh, okay.
Lay their hair on top, so it's like a quick weave.
So how much would one of those caps run somebody?
Which cap?
The 90.
It depends on the length. Like this 30-inch right now is going for like $240, if I'm not mistaken.
She talking about the cap one, the cap wig.
Oh, the caps? They're going for $60.
Oh, that's not bad.
Because you talking about the name brand hat and then her doing the hair. Yeah.
If I got to buy the cap, then it's the difference. But if you bring the caps, $60, I'll put some hair in it for you. I got 2 caps right now, 2 Nike ones. I did one for my mom. She has the Navy one.
Oh shit, where yours at?
Oh, I gotta go get it.
Yeah, Mona, come on, we see
You
it.
had it rich. About what hairstyle we gonna do next?
She likes stiff wear. Stiff wear.
Yep, every time y'all see mods.
Oh, it's on the army hat.
So when I get ready to go to the VA and I don't feel like doing my hair and it ain't done. Every time y'all see me in my hairstyles, they be different because of her. Next week will be a ponytail. I am working on my next do. Yep.
Oh, I never have my hair. Well, I mean, it can't fit on my head, but if I could fit it on my head, I would never do my head.
That's super dope, though.
Okay.
I love doing dreads, like coloring dreads.
Oh, you retwist?
Dreads, you know. So I'm into a lot of natural stuff. Like in school, they used to make me always do the flat iron. So I'm good with the flat iron, the hot comb, you know, go with that.
That's dope. You in Cali, right?
Yes, sir. I try not to do too much of the braiding because as a braider, you don't need a license. Anybody can be braiding. That's like in New York, you go down the street, there's 10 of them on your head because braiding is very time consuming and very tedious. And I have carpal tunnel. So I go for more natural things. You know, I'm more into hair care and making sure your hair is growing and your hair is healthy. You know, I always wash my clients before I do their hair and they always be like, oh, what if I come wash? Like, that doesn't knock the price. It's already included, you know, because I want to make sure the hair is clean myself.
Right, let me ask you something. You got any advice for hairlines? Because like, my shit is alright, but the hairline is kind of thin.
Rogaine.
Fuck Rogaine. I got, what is this shit? Black oil. What is it?
Jamaican castor oil?
Yeah, this should be working.
That's the go-to, yeah. But you gotta be consistent. You won't see anything if you're not consistent. You can't just put a drop and be like, oh dang, it's not working. You gotta be consistent with it. You gotta make sure, you know, you on a little schedule every day, like you on a birth control pill. You feel me? Like,
yeah, I need the whole bottle too. Nah, it's not. This shit coming back. I'm surprised.
So what was your influence to do this? What made you want to do this? To do hair?
Well, when I was little, I used to be like, oh, okay. I used to be all into it a little bit. And then, you know, my mom used to have my cousin do my hair a lot when I was a little kid. And I was just tired of people doing my hair. And then it was this one lady, like, she would take a break every 5 seconds. And it's just like, are we ever going to be done? So finally, I got my hair, and they were like, don't you sew? Because I used to sew. I used to make, take a t-shirt, cut it up, and turn it into a purse. A little satchel, whatever. Satchel.
Satchel.
Mm-hmm. So I would do that, add the pockets, the buttons. You know, I was into a lot of creative stuff like that. I'm very creative. And she was like, since you're sewing, you might as well sew hair. And I'm like, what? So I started sewing. I started braiding my own hair into a beehive and sewing my own weave in. And then from there, I was just like, look, I'm just going to do hair. Yes, I would have the 4-point GPA, and they were like, oh, we're going to do all these college stuff. And I was on the AP class, and I'm just like, I don't care about all this stuff. I'm not going to no college class. I'm going to beauty school. Like, so it was since I was a kid, I was just like, I just want to do hair. I just want to do hair. Nice.
And I always inspire my children, whatever they like to do, you do what you want to do, because that's your goal in your future.
And the world revolves around beauty.
Yep. So
Instagram right there.
And
my other policies like late fees, cancellation fees.
Let them know. Tax and you don't come in shit.
Yeah, you know, it's the same day appointment. That's $60 extra added to. $20 is already just to book it and get you in there. You know, if I'm coming to you, that $20 is mine. If you come to me, that goes towards your service. So I try to, you know, accommodate people and, you know, not overdo too much or, you know, overprice people because, you know, I understand, you know, it's life. And especially with this pandemic, it's been a lot going on. And I notice people are raising their price instead of, you know, working with each other.
Right.
She has a high demand for a lot of people do asking for dreads. A lot of guys, Mexicans, whites, everybody want dreads. So she has a high demand in dreads right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they got coloring. The dudes come here for coloring, retwist, redo, starting dreads, all of that. So that's a high demand for her out here. The braids is a high demand, but like I said, that's nothing that she really is into because, like she said, that's easy for everybody to do braids, and so she doesn't really go into braids as much. So if you really want like your hair weaved or extensions, like the Spanish girls, a lot of them come for extensions and stuff. Which that's a lot of money. That's about an hour and stuff like that, and then they come from that coloring. So she has to do that. The coloring. A lot of guys come for that blonde, that red. So she has to go into deep that bleaching and then detailing them, change it to the colors that they need. So that's a lot of work sometimes for her. So sometimes I have to get on there because sometimes she be trying to be too nice and trying to accommodate, and then sometimes people try to give her a hard time because like, oh, that's too high. And I tell her, you got your license, so as you go for your worth. You don't go for what people want to give you.
Right.
Yeah, and I like to make people happy, so I'm not really money hungry. So I'm all about, your satisfaction. Are you happy, with the service? I'm always about people pleasing, mainly.
We Virgos, you know that, A. So that's what we do. You already know. All right.
Get that money, sis.
All right. So, anybody got any other questions for her before you go into topics?
Yeah, I just want to ask, like, what was your motivation? Did you think of this yourself, or your mom had a part of it? Like, what was when you began that?
Yeah, I was mainly my main motivation, but my mom is like really my number one supporter. Like she is on it. Like she always pushes us to do any and everything, that we want to do. She's always behind us back and stuff. We be at the VA and she's like, oh, my daughter do hair, right? Oh, my daughter got a business card. So, like, we be getting a swap meet. Like, no matter where we go, she's like, oh, hey, girl. Oh, hey. Oh, you need a car. Oh, you supposed to do your hair. She be on Instagram, commenting on the Cardi B and them pictures. Like, you need somebody to do your hair. Like, really push me, a lot. Like, every day. Like, she literally, like, she's my biggest motivation, honestly. And then my 5-year-old daughter, once I had her, it was like, look, I need to stop playing. I need to go ahead and do what I got to do. So I'm constantly motivated by my mom and my daughter, man.
That's good motivation right there.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have it.
Right. I had to. That's why it was funny. I was sitting over here laughing because my mom is the same way with me. Like when she had all kids, we were all in music though. We did like music. Like my sister's a singer. My brother's like one of the top rappers. I used to rap, but I'm director. But my mother, like I'm talking about, she got like 7 kids. Well, one of my brothers passed away, but she got like everybody's doing something. She just like you said, your mom is. That's how my mom is.
Yes, promoting us, putting us on her Instagram bios. She's always been like that. Like very, on it. Like if that's what y'all want to do, y'all gonna do it. I'm here for it. Always tell us that's something nobody can take from us. I can take my license anywhere. I can take my bachelor's anywhere. My education and stuff is something that nobody can ever take from me. And that's what she always taught me. Like my older brother, he was gonna do the rapping as well, but she made sure he finished school. She was like, make sure you finish school because your education is everything, and that's literally something nobody can take from you.
Big facts.
I have a question.
Okay.
Where do you see your business in 5 years?
That's a good question. In 5 years, I literally I love being in my bubble. Like being in my house. So I don't really I bring in different clients, but I'm really skeptical on it. And the COVID really helped it, where it's just like, okay, I'm Pacific. So I really see myself in 5 years, owning a big house and having my shop there. People love, being in that comfort of when I would travel to people's houses, this lady was like, she wants to just have a room where I can just come and, make her feel beautiful. She's like, I want to be in my own environment, in my own comfortability, being beautified. So I feel like, this is the homely setting. I want people to feel comfortable at home. Like I said, I have the ashtray. Some people smoke, some people don't. I like to be open and available for everybody. So I see myself in 5 years in a big house with a little shop.
It looks very sharp. It looks comfortable.
Yes. I don't gotta do too much. He's like, I gotta bring nothing. I got everything here.
Right.
Kick the shoes. I got a client that come. He always kick his shoes off and fall asleep while I'm doing his hair. So I got those. You comfortable. You at home. He at the door at 5 o'clock. You can't be late. That's that $15 extra for me.
There you go.
Right.
Well, you know, she has, you know, her my youngest son is a barber, and one of their goals was to say that they wanted to do something together. So they might have a brother sister shop down the line too one of these days. If they still get along and they don't kill each other, they might have their shop together. He do cuts and she do style. So that is one of their goals, and that's one of my goals to see before I close my eyes. My kids do intertwine and do their little shop together. So have their own businesses together. I would like to see them all three entwine into one business. Yeah.
So he's gonna have it, like a big shop where it's food being cooked in the front. You can drop your kids off in the back. We got the daycare in the back. Get your hair cut, get your hair done. We're trying to have it all in one like that.
Yeah, they try to bring mama back into the business. They try to bring me back into the business, but mama love this retired life.
It's called family.
Yeah, family is not work.
But Mama got y'all where y'all need to be, and mama can sit back and watch. Mama can be like the secretary or something. I make appointments and schedule stuff for y'all. Give y'all the money, open it up for y'all. That's all. Okay. They don't want me to be saying nothing. They come to me, like, oh ma, so and so said, and they won't give me their money. I said, excuse me, just go to the side real quick. Let me have a talk with them real quick. My kids go, oh Lord, here go mama. First time she get mad, she go, I'm gonna tell my mama. Hold up a minute. Let me go call my mama. Oh yeah, manager. Let me call my manager. Yeah. I'll go, excuse me, what happened? Excuse me, what's the problem? What seems to be the problem?
That's gonna be on your new business card,
Momature. Oh. All right, you okay? You comfortable now? You feel good, young lady? You good?
Yeah.
All right, so. All right, thank you guys for inviting her and asking her questions and making her feel comfortable. Are you guys ready to move on to topics, and you ready to get into topics with us?
Yep.
All right, so we are on our topics now, and we are persuading into the business. Our first topic tonight will be about Tank. What you got, Ace? Okay. Tank the singer says he is going deaf, and he cannot walk a straight line.
Wait a minute. I missed everything that just happened to me. She said, why you laugh? Yo, what the fuck?
Nah, man. My bad. Maybe it ain't. We're good.
Y'all must be high, really. I ain't there yet, so y'all must be high.
I am. It's the way she said it.
Well, he is like.
I think that he's handling it really well, though. Like the way he's going about that, like I couldn't have been him. And I took my hat off to him the way he handled it.
But you know what? The crazy part about it, my grandma lost it, so I can actually relate to it. My grandma lost her hearing in one ear, and then she lost it in the second one after she lost her sight. First it was her sight, then it was her hearing. It's crazy because he's talking now and saying this, but the thing about it, when he loses his hearing complete in his second ear, he ain't gonna be able to talk like this. So what he's saying now is that he's gonna keep us updated. He's not gonna be able to keep us updated unless he's writing it. Yeah, because once you lose that hearing, it's like mum's the word. It's no more. The sound that comes out your mouth is not the same anymore. So he losing the right.
So he won't be able to like say words.
He won't. When he's saying words, they won't be. They will be this. They will be this mumble. They will be this jumble. They won't be the same because what we hear, what he think he's saying to us, he's not saying anymore. It's gonna be like in gibberish, yes, because he's losing in both ears. So what do you think he's saying? He doesn't know what he's saying. It's gonna be muffled. He has no sound effects of his own. So everything he does is gonna be loud, but it's not even gonna be words.
I get it.
You understand what I'm saying? So he's already losing at one. So you can imagine how loud he is when he's talking. He's already talking loud. So now he's gonna lose in his second ear. His wife said, "I love him. I'm gonna keep talking loud." Once he loses in his second ear, no matter how loud she talks, he's not gonna have more capability. Only thing he's gonna be able to do is write. He's never gonna be able to do nothing else but write.
And they're saying they don't even know.
I hope he don't completely lose it in his neck. Because we never know, man. God works in mysterious ways. It's the champ might not move it. He might not lose it. So I'm gonna pray
we gonna all pray that he don't lose it, because this is the thing. That's a very hard thing to happen to somebody, especially when you're young, or especially anybody who had their hearing all their life and it is to lose it. You understand what I'm saying? And like, there's no cure to stop it. There's no prevention for it. That's how we talk about like the COVID all the time. Like, how you came up with solutions to this, and we got certain things that's been going on in our lives forever that we don't got no solution to. Like, why is it that we can't stop this man's hearing from him losing his hearing?
But it also accounts for the point that he don't even know what caused it.
He doesn't know what caused it. No. Jessie J or Jessie, what's her name? Jessie J or whatever her name is. She had lost hers as well, and she said it was some kind of disease, malaria, something. She said that caused her to have it happen to her as well.
Is it from singing?
They're not saying.
Sometimes people take things for granted until it's too late. And being that it's his hearing out of all things for him to be losing, because it's one thing if he lost his sight, he'd still be able to sing, listen, and do all of that. But being that he's not going to be able to hear, it's going to take a special type of person to still be able to uphold his musical career when he loses hearing.
Yes.
So it's just sad because he is he's a good voice. He still put out music, and his music is really good music. And it's just a person who's just taken from the musical industry too early.
Yes.
Because I feel like he's never gonna be able to put out music like he did before.
Oh no, he'll never be able to. Only thing that he'll be able to do now is probably be able to produce. He'll be a writer. He'll be a writer to music and stuff like that, but he won't be able to produce. But what the thing about that, where he's so blessed, is the fact that he's already knowing these things. So in preparation, he probably has doctors or people that's already helping him, teach him the skills that he needs to know now, so that if those things happen to him, he knows the next steps and courses to take.
Of course.
So he's not in the dark. He's prepared. He's financially, and he's able to be prepared for that. So when the steps happen, now it's easier when you lose your hearing than it is your sight. I can just tell you that off the bat.
Yeah. I just had a friend recently who lost my eye, which is so crazy to me, because just it's I know it's just all of a sudden, all your life you have your senses, and to lose one of them has to be amazing. It's we take it for granted a lot though.
My grandmother retired after 38 years of work. My grandma lost her sight after 33 years working for the state. And when she lost her sight in one eye, we thought it was cataracts. We tried to catch it. Then it was like when she was flying, that how your ears pop, it just wouldn't come back. After her ears popped, that popping, it just would not come back. So she started losing the hearing in the neck and one of the ears, and then the other sight in the other eye. So she lost her sight and then the hearing at the same time. It was just too much. It was just crazy for my grandmother, who has been taking care of people all her lives. It's very hard for her.
That's amazing. Had to
be. Yeah, that was hard, because now you somebody as old as she is now, she got to learn how to cook again, how to use the stove, she started getting frustrated when people was coming in the house trying to teach her all those things that she know how to do on her own, to teach her how to do it by putting a number there or making a mark, so she know where each level of something was. That was difficult for her.
Wow, that's good. That's for sure.
Yeah, that was really difficult.
With Tank though, with Tank, I gotta really keep taking my hat off to him though, because there's a lot of people that go through stuff like that. Seriously, something to that level, a lot of people won't bring that to the public. They'll just fade away in the dark.
Yeah, and they get depressed. Yeah.
But for him, the way he went about it, I really take my hat off to him because he's like, yo, I'm not. He even said it. I heard him say, he's like, yo, I'm not even giving up on my career. Y'all could. He said, I'm not giving up on my career. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm dealing with. But I was like, you don't have to tell us that.
He didn't have to tell us that. That was his personal life. He said, no matter what you're going through, no matter where you find yourself, he said he continued, whether your body is failing you, whether your mind is failing you, whether your spirit is failing you, keep going, keep pushing. He ended the video by telling his fans he will keep us updated about the progress while he battles losing his hearing. And that's man, that's crazy. I don't even know how I would feel or act or how I would be able to respond to telling my fans that, like you said, I'll probably go into a deep depression. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of people do. But again, it's his spirit. Like, I honestly believe him, though. I didn't think he was just doing it for clout. I didn't think he was doing it the way. Like, I can read people. I feel like I got that. Like, me reading him, I think his spirit was on the up with it. Like, you know, he had already got over the shock, because I'm sure you shocked.
Yeah.
And he was just like, okay, moving right along with life. You know what I'm saying? That's what, in life, you have to do that, though. Like, you never know what's going to happen from here to tomorrow.
Yeah.
In life, you have to get over the shock, and deal with life on life terms. That's it.
Got some good money, pay for some good sign language teachers.
Yep.
That part.
Yes. Okay.
I got it.
Okay, now we're going on to Molly Mall is sentenced to 33 months in prison for running a prostitution ring.
Who?
Molly Mall. Yep.
Molly Mall, like the producer?
Yes.
Damn,
As
He did it more than once.
well, he had a home invasion, and in his home invasion, in 2019, they had accusations of human trafficking, harboring exotic animals, and following the raid that they did, it was subsequent arrest. The decorated producer eventually pleaded guilty in federal Las Vegas prostitution case. So he pled guilty to it. Yep.
The light skin dude that was on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
What the fuck they be thinking about?
But he been had like them exotic animals and all, like he lived that weird type of lifestyle, like. So I believe all that. Yeah.
Prostitution though.
Prostitution. Well, you know what he was doing. You know they. You know he lucky that they put it down to prostitution, because if they would have went with human trafficking, he'd have got more time.
Yeah, that time.
So if they took it down to prostitution, I'd take prostitution over the human trafficking, because human trafficking will give you some years. So he was scheduled to be sentenced in 2020, but because of that, he had a bad case of COVID. They had to push it back. So now they got him for using interstate facility in and of a lawful activity by prosecutors claim that Molly Mall contacted one of the victims last week. They want to give him more time because I guess they feel like he hindering with the prosecution, because he reaching out to victims, and he's not supposed to do that. Yeah.
Sometimes it don't matter how much money you make,
Man.
Still can't change a person and make them think better.
Especially after you traumatize them like that.
I don't know what to think of. I just think that it's just
trying to offer some more money.
man, I don't know what it was. The judge told him, I hope you learn your lesson. Because I see you again in this court for any of this, you're going to do more years. And I am not playing with you. So that 33 months, be grateful for it, because if I see you again or hear anything else with your name in it, I'm giving you some time. So he got to August 13th at 2:00 to turn himself in. And after he serves his time, he will be on 3 years of supervised probation. I mean, I just don't think that makes no sense, you know? Like, really, I just don't see where that makes no sense. What were you thinking about?
He was going broke.
Yeah.
He was just didn't know it.
Love and hip hop checks ain't good enough.
I guess it wasn't.
They're all gone. He wasn't even on here that long.
Wait, I want to bring, because we just said the checks ain't good enough. I thought about the rapper Lil Reese. Then they say he got caught. I not to switch the subject, but I'm like, what? I thought he had bread. Why is he stealing cars, bro? That's weird stuff going
It's
on.
all the illusion. Just because you see it on TV don't mean they get no bank.
Yeah.
No, I know that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. She even they made some change. That's why I'm like, damn, holy cars? No, that's good.
They be blowing the money. They be young and dumb, full of you know what, and they get that money and they blow it. They're gonna invest like Dwayne Wade. They were saying how he makes so much money and he still budgeted. Like he budgets. Like what's wrong with that? That's what's wrong with you clowns when y'all ain't got no money. You gotta budget and save money and invest. Like
that doesn't make sense, bro.
yeah, Molly Marr, I think he was on Love and Hip Hop for like one season. Like he wasn't even on like that. Like I doubt he made money off that.
Right.
All right, now we're gonna move on to Jaden Smith is opening a restaurant where homeless people can go and eat for free.
Oh, that's nice.
It's named after Jaden named it after Love You food truck initiative that he had. But because of the COVID, he had to stop the truck. And what he did was he launched 2 years ago on his 21st birthday. He had a healthy vegan food for people on LA at Skid Row. And what he wants people to do is pay it forward. So if you do have money, what he wants you to do, he charge you the price of the food for yourself plus double it. Because what he's doing is you're paying for the next person that comes in line who doesn't have money. Basically.
Cool.
Nice.
And he's doing some care packages where he has food in the package, he has clothes in the package, he has mask in the package, and hand sanitizer. And that's what people at Skid Row, he was sending out packages. And in October, he launched the philanthropist project, the Water Box, was a filtration center system that helps provide water to areas that struggle to obtain necessary resources. He took his venture to Flint, Michigan, and provided at least 300,000 bottles of water.
In Newark too.
Oh, he did in Newark?
Yeah, he brought one of them here. It's like one of them they brought here to test out.
Okay.
They needed to.
For real.
Okay.
Pretty good now.
Oh, that's what he says. Filtering the water. Yeah.
So that's nice. See, it takes somebody youthly like that to do that for other people try to follow after.
I think some people gonna put on like they're gonna just dress fucked up, but they're gonna have money and they're gonna just do it.
That's what I'm like. How you gonna know they above or not? I'm gonna go down and get me some free food.
If you
Free food for you. Free food for you. That's like that without the bag. That's what I'm But that's smart. That's really nice. But it's like seeing people that you expect to do that, like Snoop and people like that that's been in the industry for a long time, and people look up to y'all. Y'all got this platform. Y'all need to be doing stuff like that. It takes so long, for somebody to do that, and with somebody that's young, So I just hope that he keeps doing that and he brings more young people along with him, like Kylie, since she's a billionaire and that's his best friend. Other people with money help.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say, because his father got that ninja money, so they ain't hurting him at all. He got ninja money.
Yeah, they do. But an extra help, for other people to look at other people and look up to them. All these influencers, all these people influencing you, if they're not really doing nothing to help you better your life and help the community. They're better in themselves. You talking about they influencer because they looking good.
Right.
But I know Snoop doing a lot of giving back though, even with the children though.
Well, he do it with the football team. He don't really do it with a lot of stuff out here. He did it because his son was on the football team. He didn't do it just to go in the community. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he don't just do it in the community. He goes if it's something to do with his kids. If it got to do with his family, his kids, he'll do it. Right now, since you brought up his name, we want to send respect to his mom. His mom is really sick, so we do want to send our shout outs and love to his family, though.
Word.
Yeah.
Yo, hold on, I'm pausing. I gotta go to the bathroom.
So we go back into talking about something else. While we pause and we can talk about something else. We can talk about how everybody feel about the unmasking and masking. What y'all feel about that?
Oh, they said you gotta have a card now.
No more.
Huh?
He paused it. It's not recording no more.
I said we can still talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they said that they're gonna have cards now, like little cards that show that you got your shot. It's supposed to be doing that.
I mean, I don't know. So are they like stopping people from wearing? Not stopping, but I'm saying, are they saying like we can go in stores now without masks? Is that what's going on?
Huh?
And they just changed it. They just supposedly just put something out where they're saying that they're not doing that anymore. That you still have to wear your mask.
Hold on. Y'all was still talking?
Yeah, we was talking about discussing. We were just talking about it. We knew you wasn't recording. We just talking about the COVID mask thing. Yeah. We knew that. Yeah, we knew that. We were just talking about the mask thing. Yeah.
That was fast. I thought you.
He's a man. He shouldn't have took that long. He didn't gotta take off all this stuff we gotta take off. Shit. Shit, he ain't gotta take all this stuff we gotta take off.
She said that shit soon as I'm paused. All right, yeah, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Now we going into Portia Williams. If some of y'all watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, which I really don't watch, I hear from my sister. I hear from my mom. I hear from my daughter. So I'm into it just because of the fact that everybody tells me about it. All right. So Portia Williams is on Housewives of Atlanta, and her and
That's her right there.
yeah, that's her right there.
No, it's not. That's the former wife.
Oh, that's Fallon. That's Fallon. Okay, that's Fallon. That's the person she took her man. That's gonna be her friend that she brought in the show, and then she turned around and took her man from her. And she's supposed to be pregnant by him and engaged to him now.
What you said, Dora?
I said that's not her friend. She publicly said over and over that's not her friend. And if we all know reality shows, like we know reality shows, they be setting stuff up to make it look like something else. She said when she came on, when they bring on people for reality shows, they have to pick the closest person to like bring them on the show. Like it has to be a storyline.
Okay.
So she revealed that basically they wanted her to have a storyline with her. So the first time they ever really met was when she came on the show.
Okay.
But it wasn't really friends because I know it was a clip saying when Portia came to Fallon's house, she was like, "Oh, you have a nice house." Like she never seen it before. And I know my friend, if I'm friends with somebody, why am I just now seeing your house?
Right.
Well, some of them be remodeling and redecorating their house and stuff. Because they said that too on Married Medicine. They redo their house and they invite them over and their house is different or new or something.
I asked for my husband exercise. Anything that smells like.
Oh shit, we got some audio.
Yeah, what was that?
That was Ramona, I think, playing it.
Huh? Your spouse.
That's not me.
For real?
I ain't touched nothing. That's you.
Oh, that might be on this link. My bad.
Yeah, it's probably on that link. We over here don't even know where it's coming from. We got sound slam. We don't even know where it's coming from.
Shout out to whoever this link.
This is the third new girl that they brought on.
Nah, that's my friend in the background.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, what the fuck?
She got into the
What did she say, though? She said something about the show?
What she was talking about? But yeah, she's like the third new person they brought on there, but she wasn't even like supposed to be part of the cast. I don't know what it was. They were just, I don't know why they.
Okay, but anyway, what's going on is Portia is pregnant and supposed to be engaged to her man. They only been together for a month.
One question.
Mm-hmm.
Did she meet her husband through like Like, is that how she met her? Like, you know?
Yes, that's how she met her. Yes.
Going to her house.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And they only been like together for a month, and they always supposed to be engaged. Now the rumor is she's pregnant. She hasn't said she's pregnant. People are saying they see her smiling and she got the pregnant glow, whatever the hell that means. Okay. So people are saying they see her with the pregnant glow. All right. After she announced her engagement, some young lady went and put up a video showing her sitting in the car that they supposed to have together, blowing kisses, waving on Instagram, and carrying his jacket around and doing all kind of stuff with him. So some people are saying they don't know if this is before him and Portia started talking, or during the time, or this lady's just trying to stir stuff up. But Portia's last husband and last man and baby daddy already cheated on her. So they trying to say is this a repeat situation? But my thing is, if it is, what goes around comes around. If you took somebody else's man, what the hell you expect to come back to you?
I mean, I don't know how to feel because she was in a picture with both of them. So I know in South Africa they just passed the law for two husbands. So she might be trying to work on that.
Because they're cool with each other and they're coming together for
right. Or her and her man got a whole little plan or set up because I mean that money.
Yeah, because
go ahead. You
just been trying to make it right. Then it's been trying to make it right where you been trying to buy her bags and stuff like that. So her baby daddy been trying to come back in the picture. So it's like, I know he ain't a new man coming in your life. Like, they got some type of thing, some deal going on or something.
Everybody know Africans got more than one wife. Everybody know Africans got more than one wife.
Yeah, they do that.
They gotta come up with new content, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
I feel like everybody that's pretty much everybody's story, I feel like.
But Portia been money home. You got money, Portia won't you? She even said on the episode when she met her baby daddy, she's like, oh, what he own a don't tell me he got this money. Oh, my legs was open, like, ooh, what marry me? So she been that type, like, it's not hard to impress her. Especially if you got money. And, what they say, girls mess with other girls dudes every day, B. This one just got caught.
Well, Fallon ain't upset about it. Fallon wrote like, thank y'all everyone for reaching out to me, offering your love and support at this time. I'm focusing on finalizing my divorce and healing and sending positivity to all of you. So she ain't upset by it. So that's all I can say. It wasn't worth all of that much problems to her. Yeah.
Being a grown woman about it, as she should. She can't make a fool out of herself. What's done is done.
My whole thing is she probably was there to secure the bag too.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's why I said that. It's like an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
so damn poor secure the bag, sis.
I ain't
I'm just saying, like, it's just as a female to have,
Stop.
like, just
you knock that down.
Even though I know, or in my view of looking at it, they're more of associates or acquaintances than they were friends.
Yeah.
But it's just the whole thing
principle
that I allowed you in my house. Like,
gave goodie bags.
I was trying to get to know you as a friend and not a sister wife type of situation. And then I allowed you in my house, and that's when you met my husband. And come on, their divorce is not even final.
It's not even final.
Something on it.
And now she's quote unquote pregnant. So my whole thing is like, why they really break up? Like, what's going on behind the closed scenes of why they really broke up?
Yeah.
So, granted, she might not want to have been with him, or she might want to have, but it's just like we never know that Portia could have been sleeping with this man for months.
They trying to say that. They trying to say when Portia went to her house, she seen him and she had low key like got up like, oh shoot, like I know this man. But you know, Fallon invited them to her house twice on the episode. She had a Halloween party. And they came over again. So just God knows how many times, you know, Portia done been over there. So it's just like weird how they did it though. Like it just
they always trying to look for a storyline.
Well, that's all that could be. You know, anytime it's reality TV, that's what it can be. Well, we're gonna move on because we got a good topic to talk about. Like we always try to talk about something about our youth and the happiness that our youth bring to us. We have a Texas black teen who graduated at the age of 15 from college, and he's about to pursue his MBA. His name is Qrsstylezz. He's from Texas. He lives at home with his parents. He just graduated from the University of North Texas, and he's headed to graduate studies and obtain his master's of business administration. Very nice.
Amazing.
Very amazing. He graduated from high school at 13.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
His parents took him out of public school at the age of 7 because his father felt like the schools had a lot of racism. And his father felt like, these teachers is out here being disrespectful and always blaming it on the kids and not allowing the kids to speak up and be themselves, but the teachers always not being held accountable for their actions and how they talk and put their hands on kids and do what they do. And so the father took him out of school at 7
Goddamn Karens.
and started homeschooling him. And they moved from Cali to Texas because he's with this new woman. He said Ian always been interested in learning. Ian loved learning. He started a business with his older sister called the Kid Family Gaming. It's a company that allows you to organize and host a custom and private video game tournament. It caters to kids between 8 and 16.
Nice.
That's dope.
Shout out to the young G's.
Yep, and his mother is a physician, and he said his medical school may be in his future. So, a young black man, young black teen, doing his thing. That's a proud moment for any parent.
He gonna be a doctor at 21 if he going medical.
Yeah, he will. Definitely.
21, he be a doctor. That thought. Like, you know how many years you gotta like damn. He gonna be a doctor at like 21.
Yeah, he's starting early, so blessed.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
We're gonna hear a lot more about him in the future, I think.
Yeah, we will.
And I'm glad he got the game system for like that age range, because my this lady was just saying how her 10-year-old be on Roblox or whatever that game is online where people playing, and sometimes there be grown-ups on there and they be calling her daughter ugly and making her feel some type of way, but you can't see the people as you're playing the game. So it'd be stuff like that. So I'm glad it's like a little age range to it. So hopefully that goes really well for him.
Mm-hmm.
Keep these kids off of Instagram and TikTok and all that crazy stuff that's mess up their brain.
Anybody, Dora, what you got to say?
I just feel like a lot more students should be homeschooled.
Yeah.
But a simple fact is, I don't agree with the school system. We have an outdated school system that is German based. And being that we have people that doesn't do the background and vote certain, school board elects into office, who continues to, allow what they call below the poverty line urban school systems to remain in the 1960s and 70s with the way they teach us. I'm going to just say the minorities, because I went to all white schools growing up. So I know the difference. Like, I've been to both sides. And just the level of commitment and the facilities as well as the materials are completely different. So they're different. Being a teacher and going between both institutions is different when you have like different curriculums of, the school told me I have to teach you this type of way. No, the state and the system told me I have to teach you this type of way, compared to what I know what will be effective for you to learn. Yeah. So it's a disconnect. So I really do agree with a lot of parents homeschooling their kids, especially if they take the time out into instilling them all different types of lessons instead of like the very surface of what gets them past. The only difference is every parent doesn't have that patience or even that care to push their students enough past.
Well, I mean, you get to see that now because of the COVID. The COVID sent a lot of people, parents, to have to be at home with their kids and do homeschooling. And you see how that's working out. Where the parents are fighting now to get their kids back in school because they didn't have that tolerance and patience to sit at home with their own damn kids. Now, me and my daughter enjoying the moment of having my granddaughter at home because she's getting that more quality time, that one-on-one of being able to learn more and efficiently, where she's not sitting in the class where a teacher has to stop what she's doing, go to one person who hasn't gotten it, or go past that child and not give that child an opportunity to learn and catch up with the rest of the kids because the way the school system is ran. So homeschooling has its advantages and it has its disadvantages. The disadvantages is the kids not being able to socialize. But the advantage is the kids having that one-on-one time with those parents that are, like you said, motivated to take the time and quality time with their kids to teach them. Now that opens up more doors. Now your kids want to ask more questions. They want to learn more things. Now we sit in front of the television now and watch more Black educational shows with her. Where I know she was in school, she wouldn't get none of that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's more things. If she asks us questions, we can actually talk to her about that. This is what happened, and this is why that was going on. You're not getting a history lesson like that in class.
They just teaching about Martin Luther King. There's more people than Martin Luther King that did things.
Right.
That's why it's imperative. One person,
that's why it's imperative to teach your kids at home as well. Some people think sending your kids off to school and when they come home, the learning stops. No, the learning actually is more vast at home than it is in school.
Me being an old teacher before, as well, I used to say parents leave their kids all day. It's like babysitting. We're not babysitting. We're here to teach. We're educators. So if you're not going to take your child home to continue what we taught them and they come back to school and they don't have their homework, that already tells me. What does that tell me? You're not focusing on what your child is learning. You just letting us teach them, and whatever they get out of it, they get out of it. And what they don't, fuck it.
I was about to say that. That's another disadvantage too. Another disadvantage is that, our parents are not, they don't have the capability of teaching. So that's a real big disadvantage.
Right. I know when I was working at a school out here during COVID and we was doing virtual teaching, like the lack of effort that some teachers put in, because I know I dealt with, a special needs student, and I know the parent told me, my child not learning. I said, well, where were you when your child missed every morning to come clock in? Like, how
yes,
to force your child to clock into school when you're sitting right there next to her?
Yes.
So, or in the house. Like, sometimes it's like, it's great when we do have those parents that put in all that extra work because that's what you're supposed to do. Like,
yeah.
I feel like you don't get accolades for doing what you're supposed to do.
At all.
That's just in my opinion. And again, I just, I commend every parent, every guardian who put that extra time in, because the children are our future for real. Like, that might sound so cliche, but that's real facts. And what we do now, it determines what's going to be in the future. And if we drop the ball on the kids now, we just going to have some fucked up futures for real. Because when we get old, we need to pass the ball. Damn, we didn't prepare them for this.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it is. Also, what you were saying, Wiz, about some parents don't have that. This time of the COVID give parents time to reflect. That gives you time to go in there and actually learn things as well and spend quality time with your children. That gives you time also to get in here and learn what your kids is actually learning in school, to get you back in that mind frame of what's really going on. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have no clue what's going on in your kids' life and what they're doing in school if you're not sitting there with them every day after school. You have no clue what they're doing anymore. Your kid could be in school jaggadoodling a whole bunch of stuff because that law that they made, no kid left behind. You know how many dummies are getting graduated through school and don't know nothing when they do the application, they don't even know how to write their name on the application.
Right. Don't even know what a textbook is.
I was working at McDonald's and I had kids come there as a manager and want to do an application. First of all, they ain't even got a pencil or a pen to come and do the application. That's number one. Number two, they don't even know how to finish filling out half the questions that's on the application. They putting the dumbest answers to a question that's so simple, they don't even know how to fill it out. So there, right there, those are small things that they can't even figure out because there's no child left behind. So now your dumb ass is ahead and don't even know how the hell you got there.
Right. And it's a big wake-up call for the parents, too. Like, I mean, because like you said, some people didn't even really understand until they had to looked at those little computer screens and know what's going on, bro.
Yeah. My best friend right now, she's working with kids and she doing the at home, reality. She said, I don't even know. I'm gonna lie. I'm about to fail every student in my class. Because half of them don't come on. If they come on, they ain't doing no classwork. They're not doing nothing. And their parents are sitting right there and they asking her questions. Well, what do you want us to do? What the hell you mean what I want you to do? You sitting there every day with your child and watching them sleep or play and acting stupid and you're not doing nothing about it. What am I supposed to do when I'm in my own house watching your kids not even listen to you? Your kids ain't listening to you. So if they was in class, that you already know what they'd be doing if they was in class.
Yeah.
So that's how I say it's right now. The COVID has brought a lot of things to reality. It has. It really has brought a lot of things to reality. Some people say some parents are lazy. You got some parents who didn't have education, so they don't know no better.
Facts.
And you have some who think that what the kids are learning is not enough. So if you think it's not enough, this is where it's the time for you to help them learn stuff. She went out. She stepped out. So, I mean, Ace, what you gotta say? You ain't said nothing.
No, I mean, y'all sound like y'all hit it all on the nose. I mean, being that he's coming from Texas, I'm really proud that he's able to make it out of there. I mean,
well, actually, coming from Cali to Texas, that was a different move for his parents too.
He went from Cali to Texas.
Yeah.
In Texas first. Okay, well, Cali. I mean, I didn't know their school system was racist or whatever. But
I would think that was more racist in Texas than it was Cali, but I guess
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but the dad.
Kudos to him though.
Yeah.
And I guess he got that little taste and was like, I ain't gonna let it happen again.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move on because we was on that for a minute. But kudos to him and any child that doesn't believe that they can do it and instill in themselves they can. This is right here another testament that you can do anything you put your mind to. That's all it's showing you. Each week that we show you a story like this, that's just enlightenment to show you that we can do it. That we have the mind and the settlement to do anything that we want to do out here. The world is ours and it's our oyster, and open it up. It's your gift. So go for it. This week it was crazy. I ain't even gonna lie. My sister lived in North Carolina and they didn't have no gas. In the whole state of North Carolina was no gas. I think somebody said in Atlanta too, and in Maryland, there was no gas. That is crazy. So some hackers had hacked into the gas lines and cut the gas system off.
Damn.
Wow.
So the Colonial Pipeline, they didn't want to pay the hackers the money, but in order to get the gas back on, they had to fall into it and give the hackers $5 million.
Sheesh.
75 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's crazy because the FBI told them not to do it, but they wanted to get that oil back.
Yeah, the FBI say the more that when you do that, you open the door up for more hackers. And I believe that. I really believe that because they see that. But you know what? I also believe that this is another government stand. I still believe that there's something done by the government because there's no way, if that's the case, if the hackers got into the gas line, they can get into a whole lot of other stuff. So I don't know.
They said that the hackers was either from Russia,
Right,
or Eastern.
or England.
Yeah.
We already know the turmoil that's going on with Russia right now under the Trump administration, and just let's clue this in. They always tell us what they're going to do to the people before it happens. Look at the movie that was just put out Without a Remorse with Michael B. Jordan.
Yes.
That whole movie is about how the government.
Oh, you saw it now.
Scenario.
You saw it.
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah.
They created a whole scenario to stage a war with Russia just so they can find an enemy to like have as a scapegoat.
Yes.
So when you see stuff that's being released like that, and then the people that hacked the pipeline might be Russia, and then the whole Trump administration has something to do with Russian infiltration.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand how this is not seen as another attack against the people by the government.
Yeah. Now, this is what I'm saying. It say that like we said, once they received the payment, the hackers provided the operators with a decrypting tool to restore it. It disabled the computer network. The tool was to slow down the company, continue using their own backup to help restore the system. The representative for Colonial refused to comment. Bloomberg tried to ask President Biden to comment. He said he had no comment. So it's like, you guys see this stuff happening, know this stuff is about to happen, and I don't know what the FBI wants to be done. And I feel like the Colonial Pipeline. How long do you think we should sit around and allow this gas thing to be off? People out here need gas. People got to get back and forth to work. You understand what I'm saying? So I kind of get what Colonial was by paying the ransom, but I also get the FBI is saying, but we are a big country. We cannot afford stuff like this to happen to us right now. We just getting back to work. We cannot allow this to happen to us right now.
Right. We just need to stop relying so much on technology. My bad, Dora.
For real. Right, 100%. I low key have a different type of perspective on this. I don't know, people might call me a conspiracy theorist, but I like for those people to tell me what conspiracy actually means. However, I look at this as a way for the government to create another frenzy just so they can hike up these gas prices.
That's exactly what I thought too. That's exactly what I thought.
Try to get themselves out of debt by creating a whole nother
scare tactic.
So, because let's think about it. Honestly, a lot of my family live in North Carolina, and yes, there was gas stations that closed down, or yes, there was gas station that was full, but there were a lot of gas stations that didn't look like that either. There was a lot of people that I know have gas and had a lot. They can go to a lot of different gas stations and still get gas. So my only thing is, I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. What I'm saying is that we have to be very careful of the propaganda that we watch and that we believe in and how they paint the picture. Because as soon as, that's just like me saying, oh, yeah, we're running out of Twinkies, but we're not running out of Twinkies. So everybody runs to the store and go buy Twinkies, right? Right. So being that everybody goes to the store and buys Twinkies, that's just the back effect of what can happen when we say we're running out of something that we're really not running out of, and then everybody go get it. Right. And then long story short, now is a shortage because... Well,
that's just like when the COVID started. Yeah, that's like when the COVID started, when we ran out of water and toilet tissue. You understand what I'm saying? It was a whole thing. Everybody was going crazy, knocking each other down to go get toilet paper and water. You understand what I'm saying? So I felt the same way, like with some kind of conspiracy. How in the hell we let the hackers hack into our system and cut off our gas pipelines? Really, I just couldn't get that one. I just don't. Yeah, that's deep. My sister living in Charlotte. Yeah, you can do anything. They can get into anything. Anything. So if they got to the gas line, they can get into anything. They already got in people's personal business. That's government. I'm sorry. That's government. That's all government.
Well, we should already know, though, like, if they're able to get into every type of technology that we know of, we should know that our shit is not safe.
At all.
I mean,
at all.
Bank asks you all them questions like you're safe. Like, no, I'm calling you because somebody just hacked me. Now you ask me all these questions.
Yeah.
But they got like hacker police and shit like that.
No, it's just other hackers watching the hackers, so you can't trust that shit because hacking is like real sophisticated type shit.
Well, you do have every agency does have somebody in their system to fight hacking. But you got to remember, those same people that's trained to fight hacking are trained hackers. So you understand what I'm saying? So come on now. The same people that's trained to do this and fight it also know how to do it.
Yeah. That's the problem that we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just.
There you go, Sam. She said it's a lose-lose situation. Right.
That's like calling the cops because a dude gave you a fake 20 and now they killing a nigga. Like,
Yeah.
wait, but I didn't call y'all for that. Like, it's a lose-lose situation.
Word, because I'm still not with it. I still feel like this was all a decoy for something bigger that's coming. Because at the end of the day, you're talking about oil. Oil is stored somewhere. This is a natural resource that comes from the earth. How could a hacker stop a natural resource that comes from the earth? So, granted, yes, I know it's probably set up to some type of technology, but I'm pretty sure you have oil pumpers that don't use all of that high-tech technology, or you can tap into another oil source. Yeah. So it's just too much going on that we just taking a surface, and there's definitely something under that cover, okay?
Yeah.
Because one thing I you on that one, like just disconnect the shit from the technology. Keep the oil, just keep our gas going.
Yeah. Right. I'm just trying to see how the gas is hooked up to some, I don't know, to some stuff like that anyway. How can we be cut off from it anyway? I'm just like trying to figure that out. We through the internet for our gas? Like, what the hell? I'm just like, what the hell? So I could go on the internet and get gas and put it in and go turn on the gas pump?
Yeah.
Like, I just, computerized. So I could go there at night, computerized when they close and get my gas because I could hack into their system.
Yo, they probably got a device that does that shit.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's nothing safe no more. I'm sorry. Nothing safe. I'm sorry. That's just crazy. All right, so we're gonna go on. Last week and the last couple of weeks, I've been talking about this topic a lot. And every time we talk about stocks, I always bring this subject up. Cannabis is on the rise, and where it's investing now. And I've been saying that over and over again. This is the biggest stock market right now to get in. And I see like they keep sending me that thing for Stack. I don't use Stack. I use Stash. I don't use Stash. I use another one. And what is that one I use? Tej, I tell you something. You say you didn't like it.
Acorn.
I use Acorn. I've used Acorn for a long time. So I use Acorn. And this one right here was just talking about the small investment community began to a small group called B House, which has financial gain into the area of the cannabis business. This one doesn't really explain it, but it's a high demand now where the count is going up in the cannabis. Yeah. So the cost is going up in the cannabis as of 2020. It went up to over 120%. And through the year now, it's up roughly over 10% of this year. So, like I already said, like the cannabis is on the rise. So if you can get yourself in that stock market right there, I can foresee it steadily going up because we're becoming legal in more states. So the B House partners with hedge fund, which launched last year, and this is the returns that they get over 120% in returns. And this guy is 47 years old who actually started this thing like 2.5 years ago. Like he said, as much cannabis is consumed in the U.S. now as beer. So as recently as 2 years ago, 1/10 of the consumption is legal. So like the liquor store used to be the most popular thing on every street. Now you're seeing cannabis stores on every goddamn street. So y'all better get in it. If you ain't got the investment in it, start investing.
Word.
Don't hate on.
You got something in it?
I can't, I don't even see it on the two. I got Bitcoins, I don't see it on Bitcoins. It hasn't came up on my Bitcoins, and it hasn't came up on my other one yet either. So I don't see it. So I'm gonna find out. I know Stash. I see Stash keep showing it, but I haven't ever had Stash before. I haven't used them yet.
Yeah, it's a couple companies.
But see, I got Acorn. I need to look in Acorn and see if I see it. I haven't seen it pop up on Acorn yet. But I've been having Acorn for years, so I hate to like go into new stuff that I don't know about. So I have to really investigate Stash. My sister used Stash, so I might have to look into it because she sent me that a long time ago for the link to Stash.
Stash is pretty good. I don't want to plug nobody, but yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't want to plug nobody either because
they ain't sending us no chat.
Invest. The stock market right now is lit.
yeah.
I've been invested in a cannabis stock for like the last 2 years. When they first had talks about it becoming legalized.
Mm-hmm.
Now that it's legalized in Jersey, you know, of course the stocks went up. It's a lot more now that they're legalizing recreational use as well. However, with this cannabis industry is very much geared towards our counterparts now. They demonize minorities and they still locking people up for the same thing that our counterparts are getting paid for right now in the legal sense.
Mm-hmm.
So right now we have to do a lot of education, a lot of educating our people in this industry because, like I said, like I mentioned earlier in our podcast, I'm actually with my family in the process of opening a dispensary in Jersey, a recreational dispensary in Jersey. So now, like we're a very small percentage of minority people that's actually getting licenses. They're very racially geared with some of these licenses. They've given out less than 30% to minorities, and most of them are in California. And so it's just like when you really look at it, and even less is women.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at this industry, we have to start educating our people on getting out of the mindset of looking at it as what did they used to call it? The devil, as demonizing the use of it as well, because we also have that perspective that the reason why it's not doing as good as it could be doing, just like the article said, is because people still look at it as a drug, because of the history of how it was demonized just so that people can make money off of it. In terms of, if we demonize this and put these people in jail, we can make money off of this.
Well, we still have the problem that we fighting a battle because it's legalized in the states. We still have the problem that the federal government is still not legal and hasn't legalized. I've been watching to smuggling the smuggling thing on TV every night, and one thing about crossing the border and all of those things is where they still finding ways to attack us in some form of fashion. So the whole thing now is to try to invest in it any way you can before it still gets caught in that little system of that little battle that we have going on, because we still got the state and government versus the Fed. So we still have that battle. We always going to have that until the federal finally says okay and give us a number at least for us to deal with. I would hope that they would come to some ground and gear to say, at least give us some number that's okay and that's agreeable. We wouldn't have to keep sneaking it and hiding it if they just gave us some certain number to say we locked in and we okay with that.
What you mean a certain number? Like how much you could hold?
Yeah. All that, the tax, the regulations.
That's what they're going through right now. That's the regulations that's supposed to come out. That's what they're about legalizing the recreational use, because the medicinal use is already legalized. That's been legalized.
Yeah.
She's talking about federal
right
though.
now, 6 ounces. New York is
no, but I'm talking about federal. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the state is saying. If you are still caught with any of that, going across any of these borders, any of these other states that, any of these borderlines, like, or through the airport or any of these places that the regulation is still federal, it doesn't matter if it's 1 ounce or even a joint. Your ass can still get a ticket or written up or even sent to jail for it. That's what I'm saying. By the federal government, they still need to give us some kind of agreement with us to say it's okay. They still need to give us that.
Well, they're saying it's okay for recreational use. That's legal. What's not okay, which is still is legal, is distribution.
It's not even. It's still illegal. Federal is still if you have it on your person. Even if you have it on your person, it's federal. Huh?
On that, so the lady, she had smoked, and they was like, "Did you smoke weed?" And she was like, "Yeah, my bad, I had smoke." They was like, "Oh well, you know, federally it's not legal." Like, dude, I don't have it on me. I'm just saying I had smoke. Like, they was making it a big deal because she said she had smoke before she had got on the plane, you know, to cross the border, whatever she was doing. So they was making it an issue, even if she didn't have it on. It was like, "Oh, it's federal." Oh, they was trying to find a way to like lock her up for it. Like, dude, she don't have nothing on. So they trip off if you smoking it and you come across the board after you done smoked it. Like,
even if they find your pen or anything concentrated with THC in it, to them that's federally an offense. That's a federal offense to them. At the airport and coming across the border, any of that's still a federal offense. I feel like they need to give us have an agreement with it that it's okay, because if a state said it's okay, we coming from that state and our state says it's okay to go into that other state is okay. Why should it be a problem? We come across you guys federally. It should not be a problem. That's why I say it should give us a number. Say, okay, well, if you got a gram or an ounce on you or whatever, boom, you okay to come across, long as it's either sealed or, something. But the way that they're going about it now, they really, really petty. I mean, you got to watch it. You really got to watch it because they really, really making it very petty.
Yeah, and I have some people, it's a difference because I work for TSA, so, we be looking for explosives and guns. We don't be looking for no drugs.
Oh, you work for TSA?
Yeah, I used to work for Tibbet, so I used to TSA. So I'm like, people always call me like, "Oh, what can I bring? What can I not bring?" Like, dude, we're not looking for that type of stuff. Like, we're looking for explosives and like guns. Like, they teach us how to look for the guns when you break it apart and you want to put it back together. So we got to know the pieces and the initiator, the little stuff that you use for the bomb when it's broke apart. So we look at the stuff like that. We're not looking for like they are with when you cross the border and stuff.
All right, so we about to close it up. We have one more thing, which is like we said, we always do like with a death or family members or education, happiness things, or whatever. But Purvis Staples, the founding member of the Staples Center singers has died at 85. Suddenly in his home in Dalton, Illinois on May 6th. It was a family of 5. Their dad played the guitar, and their most famous song, which most of you guys know them for, is I'll Take You There. So most people know them for I'll Take You There. Yep. I'll Take You There. Yeah, so he became a man. He went into the military. His sister took over while he was in the military. He became a manager of the Hudson and Sunbeams, which later became the Emotions. He opened up his own nightclub in Chicago, which is called Purvis. And he got inducted into the Rock and Hall of Fame in 1998.
I just wanted to play a little bit of shit.
That's dope.
That's his sister.
When was this? That's in black and white.
Yeah, that's old. That's one. That's probably that was in 1950s or 60s.
I wonder if they're all brothers and sisters.
Yeah, they all brothers and sisters. It's 5 of them. They father did them like the Jacksons. All of y'all gonna sit here while I play the guitar, and we gonna all be singers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he was inducted. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1998, and in 2005 he received the Lifetime Achievement Award on the Grammys Awards. Yeah. All right. So his sister said he was one of the good guys, and he will live on as the top person in Chicago, as a true Chicagoan, as you said. So, all right. So rest in peace to him and all the people that we lost throughout the week and everything. I heard that what they doing? Inducting Kobe into the Hall of Fame or something now? What they doing with Kobe?
Oh yeah, they did that yesterday.
Oh, so kudos to Kobe. You know, it's sorry that it takes somebody to pass away from to get their respected honors that they need and deserve, but kudos to Kobe for being inducted.
He was going there anyway. He was going there.
Yeah. So. All right. So this is all our stories for this week. Thank you, Qrsstylezz, for being a part of our show this week. Thank you for coming on and showing us your thing. Hope we got you plugged into some new people and some new clientele. We love you, everybody. We'll see you next week. This is the Real Mococo 45 signing out from the east to the west.
It's your girl, Dora.
All right, y'all.
We out next week.
All right, y'all. I'm about to get started with this shit.
Oh my God.